All right, welcome to Dojo X Meditation Sangha. Thanks for joining tonight. Feels good to be sitting in Sangha together. So all of you know the form. I like to always do a light review of the form for you. Again, if you can cross your legs like this, great. If you want to do like this, that's great too. All these different forms are nice. And if you sit on the front third of your pillow, sometimes it makes it a little easier to get your hips forward to lay it down flat, but that whatever works for you, you can't get it wrong. The mudra, again, is almost like an oval, and it's just 3 inches below your belly button. The main thing is I always forget to relax my shoulders. Sometimes I take this a little too seriously. So I'll make them a little tight, and then I'll just relax them. Have the back nice and straight, with the gaze at a 45-degree angle to really have a nice wide peripheral vision. And then breathe deeply into your belly, in through your nose, out through your nose. Let your belly fill up naturally with air. Nice diaphragmatic breath. And notice if you get myopic, that you want to let your vision go back to being like a bright, shining mirror. You spotted something, huh, buddy? That was me. So yeah, and then if you do need to move, if you could just move a little slower than maybe you would normally move, just to pay attention to your thinking, because sometimes your thinking will want you to move. And if you do move, it's perfectly fine. Let yourself move to the position that feels right for you. Other than that, thank you for being here, and you can't get this wrong. You're doing a great job, and I really appreciate you coming tonight. So let's go ahead and begin. If there's any questions. All right. Remember that mudra looks just like that. See if you cannot push or drop. It's nice and even. And again, we'll start with 3 rings of the bell and end with 3 rings of the bell. Okay. Tonight, tonight's Dharma talk is on Zazen, or seated meditation, is a rites of passage. And this weekend I'm going to Maui and being on staff for a rites of passage weekend for men. And 17 years ago, I went to my rites of passage weekend, October 2008. And so it's been, as I pack for it and I prepare and talk to the men that are going to the weekend and connecting with a lot of old friends, that it got me thinking about the rites of passage that Zazen, or seated meditation, is. And, you know, every time you sit on the pillow, it's like a rites of passage. It may look like the simplest thing. You're sitting on a pillow, you're crossing your legs, and you're paying attention to your breath. But when you do that, you're coming and you're meeting yourself. You're meeting a part of yourself, from your thinking to your heart and your hara. And so when you sit down, you're sitting down from one way of being, and when you get up, you're a totally different person. No matter how subtle you think it may be, or even be able to recognize, it has altered how you are and the way that you function in the world. And so I got kind of excited with that, of that the practice of Zazen is a rites of passage. And when I sit by myself, and I sit in my own rites of passage, and I think about this loneliness sometimes that I would feel in sitting every day by myself, and then having the urge and want to be in a Sangha again. I sat in Sangha in my mom and dad's home temple in Rohnert Park, and then again out here in Kauai. And so, sitting in Sangha and having a group that is sitting in their own rites of passage is another way of actually affirming that you're holding this new way of being, that you're in a collective with a rites of passage. And so, as not Dana, Paul, I believe Paul said to Lorenzo, I had a conversation with you, and you were different than I noticed that you showed up differently, and I wanted to recognize that it was his energy, and he could feel him differently. And so I know for myself, as I sit in Sangha, I show up differently in all my relations. So the Sangha actually holds the pillar for not only myself, but you get to do it in a collective. And so when we sit and we ring the bell and breathe together and sit in silence, that there's a lot more happening than our mind actually thinks. Our hara, we're being more in touch with our hara, where our heart is activated, our emotions, you may feel some emotion, you may feel no emotion, but it activates that part of myself that includes the thinking, and it really activates from the neck down. And I know for myself that can be something harder for me, not to live in my thinking and stay up just laying in bed thinking sometimes. It can feel like I'm going crazy if I stay in my head. And there are times that I get up out of bed and I come and I meditate, because it gets me down back into my body. And so a rites of passage that you do when you sit by yourself, and then when you sit in Sangha, and the group dynamic of Sangha, and holding it in the men's work, that you would go to this rites of passage weekend, and then you'd be offered to sit in a community of men, and they would be called a men's group, and you'd meet with a men's group every week. And I hold a men's group on Tuesday night or Thursday nights. And the similarity of it without the words and the talking and let's see if I say this right, the profundancy of it, of sitting in stillness and silence, and the amount of change that shifts inside myself that I like to honor and acknowledge, and the shift that happens in all of us, and we collectively hold that as a group. So rites of passage as you sit in seated meditation and know that a shift is happening every time, and it doesn't just stay on the pillow. When you get up and you go be in the world, bring the same sincerity, upright posture, maybe vulnerability and transparency. You might find your voice a little more than you would normally, but that's a part of this rites of passage of learning how to be authentically yourself and not be driven by your thinking, but also know your feelings and your hara all have a purpose in this path of being human and being on this planet called Earth. I remember a client a long time ago said that he would sit in meditation and then he would get up and he would suit up and he would go back to his old self as soon as he put on the suit. And so I offered him to maybe put on the suit first and then sit on the pillow. And so you could go to that place of your heart and your hara and get up and take it with you into the office and throughout your day. So to think, if you're having a hard day, three deep breaths, one deep breath can just change it, because we're practicing as a group together, that any time it's available for you to drop back down into your body and then move forward. And I know throughout my day I could use it more than once, and I watch myself. Even today, I got caught up in what somebody was saying to me and started judging myself up here, and it didn't feel very good. And so I really had to drop back down into my body, and it's great to do it as a group, to come and really anchor it back into what's important. So thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for being a part of my rites of passage and being a part of this Dojo X Meditation Sangha and the rites of passage. So I appreciate it. Yeah, that's where I'll pause there. Again, I'm always encouraging to sit daily in your own rites of passage, to have your own meditation practice in the morning, even if it's only for 1 minute to get started, and 20 minutes is the encouragement. That I do have the Dojo X YouTube channel that has all of our sanghas and Dharma talks as a whole and separated out. So you're always welcome to explore there, and if you do ever have any questions or anything, feel free to inquiry with me, and I'm open, always open. I have added, I did put a donation box here that I want to just acknowledge that's there now, and if you do feel called to put a donation in there, sometimes it's going to be available there, and I appreciate anything that you feel called to donate to the Sangha. I appreciate it, and that was a big stretch for me to put that there. I've been dancing with that over the last week, and it feels good to say it out loud too. That came from my dad's Sangha. It's one piece of bamboo that has a little slot in it, and so yeah, that's what I got tonight. Let's go ahead and do our 10-minute sitting, and look forward to seeing you. Oh, I got to say also, the next 2 Tuesdays I'm going to be traveling, so it won't be till the 17th is our next Sangha together. So Chinese New Year is on the 17th? Oh, that's nice. I like that.
You're a fire horse.
Oh, yeah?
You're a fire horse too, huh?
No, I think you are.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Oh, am I a fire horse?
No.
No. You know, Katie's birthday's in 3 days.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Is
Happy
it 3
birthday.
days?
Yep.
It's 3 days. Well, 4 days.
4 days.
I don't know how you
The
count.
31st.
Yeah,
Yeah. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Awesome. All right. Go ahead and find your position. Thank you for coming tonight. The 17th, we'll meet again. Feel free to invite anybody that you feel called to, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.